I work completely on social media. It's all done online. So what I actually found over the years was I had to change, I had to adapt for me and my team in order to be successful and to remain relevant. So I'm going to take you back to 2014, which is when I had my first big success with network marketing. And there was a time in particular that really changed the game for me. Now, it was the summer of 2014, and I had taken my boys to the beach. Now, my husband worked full-time, so he had a full-time income, but it still wasn't quite enough. And on the way home, we walked past an ice cream shop. The boys stopped and they started pulling at me. And they said, Mummy, can we get an ice cream? And in that moment in time stood still. Do you ever have that time where you stop and it may only be for a few seconds, but it felt like minutes? That's how I felt in that moment, because as I pulled out my purse and I opened it up, I had £5. That was all I had until my husband was paid. And I couldn't afford to buy them ice cream. I had to buy bread and milk and all the normal things that we have to buy as a mother. And so that day, as I stood there and the boys were asking me for ice cream, I decided that I needed to make something of my life. I couldn't be in this situation ever again. And that's when things really started to change for me. So I partnered with an online company and I got really, really quick success. It was in 2014 where the online social selling got really, really popular. But in 2014, it was fairly easy to sell online. It was easy to recruit online. It was all new. We didn't have any competition. So you can imagine with any business, you can have this huge success, but you have these ups and then you have the downs. Then you have the ups and you have the downs. And that's kind of what my last 10 years of business has been like. So 2016 came along and it was all about the live video. So creating live videos, teaching the team how to do them and getting live on Facebook. And then as soon as we kind of got the hang of that, along came 2018. And 2018 was full of these social media influencers. And so in 2018, we had to position ourselves online as a social media influencer. And we had to train the teams to do that. But as soon as we got hold of that, along came 2020. And it was all TikTok and short form videos. So again, we had to train the teams again to keep on top of these trends, because every time we had this peak in momentum, it was usually with a peak on social media with a trend that was happening. And then as it would start to dip again, it was because a new trend was coming. That one had passed. And social media trends come and go all the time, so we're always trying to keep up with them. And if you keep working like you were in 2016, you wouldn't have a business. Not online anyway. So it came to 2022, and I unfortunately found myself back in a position where I had to leave my previous company. Now, it was hard for me because I'd always promised myself that day when my kids wanted ice cream, I promised myself that I would never go back there again. I always said I would never be in that position, and when we build a business, we want it for good. We want it forever. We don't ever expect to be back in that position again. So I was looking for a new company, and I had these really, really strict requirements that I wanted from a new company. It had to be affordable. It had to be high quality, because I love quality products. I love high quality makeup and skincare, and that's what I love, that's what I want to sell. And it had to be a European company, because we all know European companies are amazing. Their standards, their ethics. I wanted a European company. And so one day I sat down on my sofa and I bring my laptop out and I started searching for a company to join. And as I came across Oriflame, I knew of Oriflame. I thought it was a small catalogue company. I honestly thought it was tiny. I had no idea. And so I clicked on Oriflame onto the website, and oh my goodness, I was surprised. I'd always heard of Oriflame, but I didn't think it was as big as it really is. And so Once I realised that they had products for everybody, they had the premium quality products that I love, but also had products my best friend could afford, I knew that it was a company for me. And so I then hit Sapphire Director in 5 months, which is very, very quick. But this is a result of 8 years of previously working the online business, right? And I wasn't fully in it. I'd lost my confidence. I couldn't do a Zoom call without shaking, like even to my team. I was so nervous. And I started to rebuild myself with Oriflame. Now, so I started to, thank you. So I started to rebuild myself with Oriflame. And it wasn't until 5 months in, after I'd hit Sapphire, that my uplines went to Dubai to the Gold Conference. And I watched them share a video. And on this video, the Burj Khalifa building lit up in the Oriflame lights. And on that video, the music was playing, and I sat and I cried because I just knew in that minute that I had to get my game together. I had to make it happen again. And so, after that, I hit Diamond Director 3 months after that because it inspired me so much seeing people at the Gold Conference and seeing that building. And so, what I predict for the next few years with social media, okay? Now, we've had the live videos, we've had the short form videos, we've had the influencer style of selling. What I'm seeing now, again and again and again, is companies that have this really unified brand presence. So does anyone know of a company where you see their distributors and you know exactly what company they're with without even knowing the company name? Like, you know, they don't have to tell you, you know what company they're a part of because they have this strong brand presence on social media. I see them all the time, I see them on the reels. And so you can imagine my excitement when this sharing app was launched. Now, this sharing app is like an internal social media just for Oriflame brand partners, where we can share, we can create, we can inspire, we can upload our own content. I saw before some of the content was actually people from my team. I was taking pictures for them. And we also have the high quality content that's provided for us too. So my vision for the future with this app is that we all work together like a global community. We all get together, we get our teams using it, because without anyone using it, it's not going to work. Everybody needs to actively engage, actively use it in order to be able to inspire the world. It looks like Instagram. I can follow my team, they can follow me, they can get inspiration from me, but can you imagine when it goes global and we can get inspiration from each other? We can start to create this unified brand presence that we all want, and before we know it, people will see us and they'll recognize our content and they'll look at the quality and how amazing we look, and they'll start to recognize Oriflame. They will start to recognize it just from the content that we're putting out there and the quality we're putting out there and creating. So I really do think that this app can be a complete game changer for us and our teams. I want to be able to create something special that we can share all around the world. Our teams can come on, new people can come on. When we're getting someone started, they can come onto this app and they can download content and they can share it without having any skills themselves. Yet people that do have the skills, they can be uploading the content to inspire people to move forward with it. So that is it for me. But I hope that together we can use this app and we can use it to grow our teams, to build our community and really create something special. Thank you.